1, 2. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Can we assemble, please, and thank you. We have a solo tenor again this evening. Fantastic. So we should have mezzos and basses over this side. Oh, hurrah! Fantastic, another mezzo. Sopranos and tenor this side. And just while we're waiting for people to arrive, hello! Just while we're waiting to oh God, what was that? Just while we're waiting for people to arrive, we'll have a warm-up. Oh, it's all going really well this evening. Okay, can we be on our feet? Is this thing turned on? Because everyone's still talking. Okay. If we could just slightly focus this evening. The ones that are here, shoulders up to ears. And let them go. Thank you. It's been a very long day. I've been at war with a 3-year-old. I'm battle weary. Please don't make me fight you as well. Here we go. My husband's carrying a table. He should be at home. There's a lady with our children currently who really doesn't like children and said, if I have to touch one of them, I'll be most displeased. And one of them was definitely not asleep when we left, was he? So, super. Okay, we're going to have a slight roll down. Roll down if you're able, but don't overdo it. Just a little hang here, but if you're happy to, watch your head. Don't knock it on the pew in front. And you can have a little wiggle. Let the back of your neck go so you can nod like a noddy dog. And then slowly interlace your fingers behind your knees, if you're able, and just have a little pull up. So you'll feel a little stretch in the lower of your back, also maybe in the upper of your back, and then bend your knees even more. Slowly, slowly, Martha Graham, roll up, roll up, roll up. Keep your knees bent. There we go. You might bash bottoms with someone to the side. That's perfect. Lovely. Hello. Just to wake our faces up somewhat. Works for the kids' chorus, why wouldn't it work for us? Scrunch, and a stretch, and a scrunch. This is real acting, Rachel. You'll be really impressed. Not this Rachel, that Rachel, but also for you. Yeah, I know you've got a scrunch, scrunch, and stretch. Thank you. What do you mean at 7:30 on a Sunday evening? We feel so bright and like buttons. So we're going to warm up our singing muscles first with some gentle zhuzh. Always remembering we're pulling up from the pelvic floor, but we're not punching it. We don't need to kick ourselves in the stomach. This is not an act of violence. That's Act 4. No, I'm joking. There's no fight scenes, are there? Any fight scenes? No. No fight scenes? No surprise fight scenes? No. Great. Sword fight or something? I think there's one with a baguette at some point traditionally, but we'll see if that makes it in. Or a kipper. A herring. Okay, so we're going to do some shh, shh. Here we go. Shh, shh. Zzz, 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 zzz. Super. So we hear the difference between the voice and the voice unvoiced. So no voice, because I can't sing a tune on that. If I'm trying to sing Twinkle Twinkle, doesn't work. But if I put my voice into that, a zzz sound, zzz. So we've always got the difference between the voiced consonants and the unvoiced consonants, whether we're singing Italian or English. So just think about when we have a voiced one, we can sing through it. Zzz, fantastic, because it actually has some vocal production as well as the air. So now we're going to imagine we're going across along a zebra crossing. So it's going black, white, on, off. Binary code for anyone that's into, technology. I'm going to take these earrings off because they keep banging against the mic, which is very irritating for everybody. So we're going to do a voiced and unvoiced zh, not a zh, a z, and then a s. So voiced, unvoiced, z, s, z, s. But they're all going to be connected. Here we go. Z. We're going to do it once more, and just think about in your own body the difference between vocal production and the same one. Which one takes more effort? Here we go. Okay, you don't have to have an answer to that. It's just something to think about. Please may we have an A major chord? A major, please. Thank you very much. We're going to give it hello, very welcome. Oh, and this is Rachel. Rachel, Phoebe, Phoebe, Rachel.
Sorry. So we're going to have a lovely gentle hum, very bovine-like. Here we go. And as if you've got a big sort of toffee. Here we go. Then up a semitone. Give your hips a little on a lock. We always want soft knees so we can move around stage. Ready for everything, catching apples, prune jars. A bird in a cage has flown away. Now we're eating the ortolan of shame. Lovely, excellent, that was brilliant. So we're going to open to a ma, then a me, and then we're going to do an arpeggio, and then we'll start, all right? Perfect. Yawning is my favourite thing, because it raises the soft palate. Have a seat. Just while I talk about soft palates and hard palates, and then very quickly we're going to get Rachel, who is also doing a yawn. Very good. Although you're not a singer, so not sure if it's allowed from you. I think we talked about this before, but I'll mention it again for anyone that missed it, because I know lots of people have missed things. So if you put your tongue behind your front teeth, that is your alveolic ridge. Sort of, mine is very ridgy. And then you trace it back. Your tongue all the way back, and that's your hard palate, because it's hard. You can feel it with your finger if you want to. And then if you put your tongue all the way to the back, it suddenly goes soft. Yeah, you are sick. Yes, true, because that's where your gag reflex is, so fine. Was it Nellie Melba, who you may have probably heard of? That's who Peach Melba was named afterwards. And there's some fantastic stories that may or may not be true about her keeping a certain lover in the wings in order to activate that muscle, particularly in her own self. I'll let you fill in any more gory details about that. I don't do that. Pas moi personnellement. But anyway, so really, really stretchy soft palate, and it's a widening. Hello, Daisy. Fantastic. The two tenors are now here. Perfect. You may wish to reconvene at a later point. So, really thinking about that, we're going to go straight into an arpeggio, I think, because then I'm going to hand over to Rachel to speak to us. Please, may we have a C major arpeggio? Today we're going to do Bella Signora with a nice big yawn. Bella Signora. Super. And really important in Italian music, especially in Puccini, that we're always breathing in, even if not outwardly, like this. But inside, we're thinking about the space that we want to have for our first vowel. Bella, instead of Bella or something. We don't want that sort of sound. We want a really nice, rounded, but well-supported sound. So think about that sound on your inhale. Here we go. Bella Signora. A nice bright A, like an apple. Next one up, thank you. Bella Signora. And think more of an R sound for the or, because we're getting higher. Bella Signora. Drop out when you need to. One more. Here we go. Bella Signora. Bella Signora. Lovely. Just before we hand over to Rachel, we're going to sing one tiny little bit, which is the page 172. So the end of your second book, not at the end of the second book, in the second booklets, but somewhere near the front third. And we're just going to do the C, there he goes. You might know it off copy. Robert probably does by now. There's not many notes at all for you in this piece, are there, Robert? So could we go from figure 33, actually, which is on page 171? Is that right? So loads of energy. Because we're going to do it at speed, I think, straight away, shall we? Da, 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 da. See, there he goes, the tall drum major ball, his staff of gold. You see him hold, he proudly twists and turns. See, there he goes, the greatest bow in France, the tall drum major bold, his staff of gold, he proudly twists and turns. Super. For something that was at speed before we've sung anything together today, that was great. Let's do it once more, slightly under tempo. And the only note I'm going to give you is to really watch those snap rhythms. See, there he goes, the tall drum major, instead of the goes, the tall drum, like you're marching. We think there may be a kazoo choir, or if anyone knows anyone that plays the recorder, please let me know. Only badly though, it must only be bad. So if you're talented, please step away. Okay, dum 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 dum. Here we go, under tempo. See, there he goes, the tall drum major ball, his staff of gold. You see, see, there he goes, the tall drum major bold, his staff of gold, he proudly twists and turns. Very nice. That was much better. Super. Now I'm going to hand over to Rachel. This is the wonderful Rachel here. I'm going to give you a microphone. No, I will, just because some people have hearing aids. Right. That's why we use it, not just because we can't project our voices.
Hello. It's really nice to meet you all, finally. My name's Rachel, I'm a director and I'm going to be directing La Bohème, and I am really excited and very happy to have been asked, so Rhiannon, thank you. But before I talk about the show and what we're going to achieve together, I just wonder if you know how incredible this lady is. This one, yeah. Keep telling her, because she's extremely special. And I know a lot of people that wish they were like you, Rhiannon, but you either are or you aren't, and most people aren't. But I just wanted to say that because this is a very ambitious idea, and you've got to a point with the idea that means that it's now possible to achieve. So well done, all of you, and you sound wonderful, actually. So I have a permanent job at an opera house called Glyndebourne, so my availability is a little bit tricky at the moment, but here I am. I'm going back there tomorrow. But from the 4th of July, I'm going to be here permanently, and we've got a couple of weeks to make this show happen. So I know with everybody's commitment and hard work, which I've seen already today, that that's going to be put to very good use. So as you know, the chorus is mainly in Act 2 of La Bohème. But it's my job and my challenge in this setting to find a concept for La Bohème that's going to work in this church and for this festival in 2022. Don't worry, I'm not going to update it to 2022. I have decided that we will transform this space into a place of shelter. And I think historically churches have always been used as places of shelter. And so it feels very right for me that we can use that idea for La Bohème. I've decided to move the production to the 1940s because it's a period of time that we're all familiar with in one way or another. Everybody is familiar with references to the 1940s, and I think that that's going to be a really useful tool in telling this story. So despite the chorus not singing anything in Act 1, I would like you to all be in Act 1. We are going to transform this church to an air raid shelter, and you are all going to be the community that uses this shelter as a group. So we have our scene with the Bohemians and with Mimi in in Act 1 within the context of this shelter, but all over the church, against walls, in the middle, in all the little corners, I want to place you as characters that are in this shelter. So some of you might be part of a family, some of you might be on your own, some of you will be neighbors, somebody might be eating a tin of beans, somebody might be reading a newspaper or playing cards or playing dominoes, somebody might be trying to get to sleep, there might be somebody that's not well and needs some help. So all of you will be part of a network of stories in Act 1 that will facilitate and energize our central story of the characters of the four boys and then me. I was just really excited about what Rhiannon told me about you as a group of people that have come together because you want to be part of this production, and I thought, well, we've got to make this a really memorable and important experience for you. So I am going to use you as much as I possibly can. So get ready, stand by. What else do I have to say? The character of Benoit in Act 1 is traditionally a landlord who arrives to kind of spoil the party that the boys are having in order to ask for their rent. But the character of Benoit will be a kind of a head warden figure within the church who will go round to each group of people and say, has anybody got anything to give for the rest of the group, whether it's money or some candles or maybe some food or a spare blanket? So Benoit will go around collecting stuff that we need for the shelter in order to keep people going. And when he goes to see the boys are just the next group of people that he needs to collect something from. So he will be a very active character that will connect all of the little pockets of people together. In Act 2, the church space, performance space, will become a kind of church market with stalls and people selling things and people buying things. And we traditionally have a cafe called Mormous where most of Act 2 is set. I think Cafe Mormous will be more of a kind of like bar, like maybe a coffee shop or a stand where people go in the market to get a drink or something to eat. So it will be very much kind of on the go, very sort of pedestrian and like lots of movement. And I want to find a way of including the long interval and the picnics and the refreshments that people will have on offer for the interval into our Act 2 scene. So there will be plenty for you to do, as well as remembering all your words and all your lovely singing. I'm planning to have a little dog in Act 2. Musette is going to come on with a little black and white fluffy dog. She's going to trot down like this with a little dog. So that will be fun. And yes, I am thinking about having the banda in Act 2, the marching band, as a little girl playing the recorder, which I think would be quite sweet. I don't have very much else to tell you at this stage, but I'd love to welcome any questions. If anybody has anything that they'd like to ask me, I'll do my very best to answer, but no promises. Hello. In my head, I see that you're completely the same people. So in Act 1, you need to find shelter because there's an immediate danger. But once the danger is over and the air raid is over, you just go back to your ordinary lives. We go back out into the street, the night's over, and you just try and carry on as best you can. Yeah, I think you know, when you come to the shelter, you probably don't know how long you're going to be in here for. So you're probably going to bring a big coat and blankets and that kind of thing. And there'll be lots of hats and stuff like that. And then you'll leave when it's safe to leave, and maybe take some of that stuff off, put an apron on, collect your newspapers or whatever it is that you're going to sell, and then in you come back in with a whole different energy. There are lots of different ways that we can project to the audience that it's a different time, it's a different day, that there's a different feel, there's a different impetus, you've got a different focus and a different commitment to your day. And you know what? The best tool that we have to do that is, in fact, the music. The music of Act 2 is quite different to the music of Act 1. And I always think that when we're trying to emulate an environment for the audience to invest some faith in, rely on the music, because Puccini's already done a lot of that for us. Thank you for your question. Does anybody else have any questions? Hello. Well, we can't escape the fact that it is Christmas Eve. So it will be cold. And Act 2 is cold, and Act 3 is cold, and Act 4 is the spring. That's in the text. Yeah. I only have one more thing to say, and that is, after my drive here today from North London, I'm determined to never drive from North London again. So if anybody knows of anybody with a spare room that I could live in for a few weeks, then please let me know. I'm very quiet and won't be there for very often, very much time. But I would love to answer any more of your questions, or if you've got any ideas or suggestions. I've only just arrived here, and I'm doing a Lab OM at Glyndebourne at the minute, so I'm trying to leave that one behind and do something very different with you guys. But I'd really like to keep you involved. I really would value your input if you've got ideas, especially about what you're singing and who you think you are. You know, if you are a hairdresser outside of the shelter, then maybe you could bring some of those hairdressing skills into the shelter in whatever way that might be. But you could apply that to any trade, any walk of life. Let your imaginations run wild. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely rehearsal, and I can't wait to get started with you properly. It's going to be hard work, I promise you, but in the real world, it's very hard work as well. And I will expect you all to work hard, and I know you will. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I feel very welcome. Thank you.
test.
Let's go from the beginning, eventually. You've all been ready to go from the beginning for the last 5 minutes while I've been faffing around. Thank you, Robert. You are Robert today, aren't you? You're not your evil twin brother, David. Excellent. Okay, from the beginning, let's go. Stay seated for now. We're going to go really under tempo and see how much we remember from last week. The kids' chorus are quite close to having memorised this now, so no pressure. But if the 8-year-olds can do it, it should only take you 3 times as much time. Let's go from the beginning just to get used to the introduction. Dum 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 da 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 dum. That's a better key, thank you. Super. Sopranos, you were wonderful. I didn't give you a clear entry at all, so sorry about that, basses. Can we try that once more? I got indecisive about which line I was going to sing. My fault entirely. Thank you. Same thing from the beginning. Fine apples, look at the hard-roasted chestnuts, excellent toffee and chocolate. Cream foaming and frothy. What a apple flowers for the lane. Look at our apples, look at our chestnuts, what a rackety little hot-roasted chestnuts, chocolate and toffee. Come along with the beer, hit the waiter some beer pinches. Super, lovely. That was really nice at the start. That was pretty well remembered. I'm singing in the children's line now, let me put this in front so I can Barbie it. I'm singing the children's line now, just for you to get used to that extra layer of confuddlery. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. I'm not going to sing at all, and I'm just going to listen. How do we feel about that on a scale of 1 to 10? Show me with a hand in the air. Like, Daisy's a 5. There we go. Yeah, fine, great. Okay, no, that's good. That's pretty representative of how I felt about it as well. So, here we go. Same thing. We're just going to get used to the whole introduction each time. And... hot-roasted chestnuts, chocolate and rich cream and frothy, chocolate and toffee. Super, stop there. Okay, great. I'm going to challenge you now to do it, even if you're like, I don't know this at all, just close your score and just see what you remember, if anything, which language is it even in, no one really knows, total confusion, just to see how you get on, because you might find that you start listening more. Because I think when I try and count this, it just doesn't work. There's too many lines to be looking at, and it darts around all the place. So you can decide who you want to listen to. And when we were drilling this with the kids yesterday, actually, the thing that worked best with them is that I'd say, I don't know, whatever it is, What an uproar, run along. Sorry, that's not my impression of tenors, that was my impression of children, etc. Just to really get used to that and decide who they're listening to, and also to create those relationships within you as a chorus. So let's do the same thing again, getting used to the whole introduction, last minute revision. Close them, go on, be brave. Close them now, close them now, close them now, close them now. Just be brave. Haste along, come let us go. Look at our apples, look at our cherries. What a rackety! Oh, rosy chestnuts, chocolate and toffee. Super. I mean, that was pretty good for, we're only really 2 rehearsals in. This is our 3rd of 4 music calls. And then on the 4th, it will be mainly a music call with Mark Biggins. There'll be a little bit of staging, I think. I think you'll be put into Act 1 on the 4th. Have a look at the bits that didn't go so well. Have 30 seconds. Do, 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 do. Yes. Oh, of course, the homemade way there. That's a tricky one, isn't it? We'll look out for that. Yeah, please, and as well, if there's any little bits, so just like that, let's just have a look at that before we go back again. That's really good to know. So we've got water racketing. Would you mind just playing from there, Robert? I'm so sorry, yeah, page 90. Racketing, let us go. Oh, make way there. So, water racketing, let us go. And it's that getting it into your body as well, that feeling of just where your cues are. Any other bits people want to have a look over? No? Should we have another go? Yeah, great. Was it more reassuring than terrifying though? Yay! Okay, that's good. Same thing again. So, I should have said that the last time. Basses, you're fabulous, but don't get too drawn in by your own incredible resonance to not get on with it. You're just dragging slightly. You're doing a real soprano. Sorry, sopranos, we all do it. We're like, Puccini, I can make the long notes longer. But fine, hard bake, cream. So really get ready for that cream and watch, because Mark Biggins is a sort of bass baritone, so he'll be most invested in you as a human. Sorry, everybody else. That's just the way it goes. Like me, sopranos. You'll notice I try to ignore you as much as possible because I know I'm so invested. So I'm like, oh, my brother. Cool. The tune. Let's try that one more time. But really good, because I feel like everyone's way more comfortable with the entry. Here we go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, please. Look at our apple, look at it. What a rabbit. Oh, there's chestnuts, chocolate and toffee. Oh, lovely, that was good. So, yes, so I did do this with the children's chorus, and I swore I wouldn't do it with the adults, but we did have competitions. And sorry, Mezzos, you lost that one. Homemade way there over there. So I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourselves on the homemade way there, which is possibly the hardest line in the whole thing. Yeah. You won on everything else. Excellent, creamy, frothy, wonderful. That was excellent. That was a particular highlight for me. Super. We're going to do it one more time. Just have a look. So now listen out for the children's part I'm going to sing in. I'm not going to sing it with a microphone because that'd be really off-putting. But there will be small children who are off-putting by nature in many ways. But they're so brilliant. They're such a good bunch. And they've worked really hard, especially yesterday. They did a two-hour rehearsal. It's a long time for very small people. It's a long time for me. Okay, let's do it once more. 30 seconds to look at anything you want to look at. Was there anything you need to anyone want to go over anything? Bars before figure 3, just before the waiter section. Bottom of page 91. It's a tiny little figure in that part. You all there? Super. Come along with the Hello. I'm so sorry. I promise I will come back to you. I just want to get the lower voices. So, and then we've got bring me a drink, some beer, come along, hello. Yeah, let's just try speaking that. And bring me a drink, just like that. Ready, and bring me a drink, some beer, come along, hello. Okay. One more time. Ready, and bring me a drink, some beer, come along, hello. Excellent. Once more, really fast. Bring me a drink, some beer, come along, hello. So bring me a drink, some beer, come along, okay? So if you need to clap, clap. That's what I've been doing with the kids all the time, and it's really good. If there is a bit you keep, like the home-make way there, it's something we always do when we're learning, because we've got to get it in our bodies, and we're not going to be able to look at it and think about it in a rational, mathematical way. So it's got to be a sort of physical sort of primal sense. Look like one of those weird puppets that you pull the strings down on. Okay, let's go from there again, just the lower voices, and then we'll put the sopranos in, because I know, what a racket I have neglected. So just from 2 bars before 3 again, please, Robert. Come along with the beer, hit the waiter some beer, ditches, orchards, chestnuts, or bring me a drink, some beer. Super. We'll try it once more, a little bit under that tempo. So, bum, 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 bum. Come along. That's all right. Come along with the beer, hit the waiter some chaffinches, orchards, chestnuts, or bring me a drink, some beer. Come along, hello. Okay, once more at that speed. That was great. Very good. Come along with the beer, hit the waiter some beer, orchards, chestnuts, will bring me a drink, some beer. Come along, hello. Lovely, that's really neat now. I lied, can we do it one more time? I know there's only 2 of you. Can you be ruder? Okay. If there's two of you, it's definitely a solo. So that's perfect. So give me your best tenor solo. I was watching the Pavarotti version of this a few days ago, and I mean, what a voice, but what an awful human being. My teacher at music college was Lillian Watson, and she was doing Ballo in Mascara with him, and she's incredible stage animal. She's doing it at the Royal Opera House. She's singing Oscar, which is the trouser role, and her aria was going really well, and he was sort of in the later stage of his career where he mainly just sat and the set revolved around him. He grabbed hold of her wrist and wouldn't let her go, essentially. And he was known for doing this, of just basically rooting people to the spot if he thought they were going to sort of upstage him. So she bit him. She didn't actually bite him, but she went, ah, and he soon moved his hand away. But yeah, it's one of my favourite stories. But yes, well, very much so. Yeah, I'm sure you don't have the same ego as Pavas. I mean, with that voice, you can. Okay, same thing. So, here we go. With the hit the super. The timing is perfect. Can you do it without looking at it now? I can do it without looking at it. I think. We'll do it together. Come along with the beer. Some beer. Hello. Then I'd memorise the tenor part and not your part. Sorry about that, basses. But I think that's going to be fine. Let's have a look at sopranos, because I neglect you so. It's because you're so good. So let's have a look from the same place, but we're going to come in with our what a racket. So here we go. 2 bars before 3 again. Come along, come along. Oh, what a racket. Hold fast to me, come Emma. Why don't you hear me? What racketing, hold fast to me. Super. Mezzos, how do you feel about your line there? Because that's where you're in harmony. Do you want to have a look at it again? Yeah? Oh, what a racket, or whatever that was. And then you've got, hold fast to me, come along. Is that right? Yes, thanks. Hold fast to me, come on. They're not doing the Emma bit, so just the G. Hold fast to me, come along. Perfect, sorry, it's just a... Oh yeah, seconds as well. So let's sing that together, mezzos. Would you give me the note again, so I'm losing the plot? Hold, ready, and hold fast to me, come along. Once more. Hold fast to me, come along. Now with the sopranos. Hold fast to me, come along. Super. Wait for the Emmas. Let's just figure this out, and then I want you to give me everything. Once more. Hold fast to me, come along. Lovely. And now with Emma, wherever you are. There and there. Oh, excellent. You're together. Perfect. Ready, and hold fast to me, come along. Lovely. And actually, that's been for the Emmas. I don't know why I'm going to call you Emmas, but there we go. That's easy. So can you be a really, really stark contrast to that? Because we've had, hold fast to me, come on, Emma. You know, real sort of fishwife moment. Ready, and hold fast to... That wasn't clear at all. Here we go. That part. You were right. Hold fast to me, come on. Why don't you hear me? What racketing, hold fast to me. Let's have a look at that what racketing for you mezzos. Would you mind playing that what racketing? The mezzos. What racketing, hold fast to me. Ready, and 1. What racketing, hold fast to me. Once more, just like that. What racketing, hold fast to me. Lovely, and now with the sopranos as well. What racketing, hold fast to me. Super, really nice, gorgeous sound. Let's have a go at all of that from come along with the beer, hither, waiter, some beer. Complicated. 2 bars before 3, come along. Come along with the beer, hither, Chaffinches, hold fast to me, come on, some bit, why don't you hear me? What racketing, hold fast to me. What a racket, let us go. Super. Tenors, again, just because there's two of you, and I can hear both voices, which is awesome, because they're glorious. Would you just mind giving me a little bit more bite? Again, just because there's two of you, it's got to be more sort of almost more soloistic in that sense. What a racket. Give it a bit more drive. What a racket. Let us go. You're a very snooty couple at this restaurant. You know, you found a fly in your soup. Ah, il y a un mouche dans ma soupe. Ah, monsieur, I think you'll find there is une mouche. Oh, amazing. You can tell it's sex at that distance. Fantastic. Flies. So, two soups. Right, I'm going off on one. Here we go. Same thing again. That was brilliant. Lots of bite tenors, and I will sing in the children's part. Same thing at that speed. Come along. Chaffinches, ortolans, chestnuts. Excellent chestnuts. Fine oranges, chestnuts all hot. Jerseys, who by my apples and flowers. Lovely, that's really nice. We're going to do the whole thing from the beginning, and then we're going to go to Act 3 and look a bit more at that. Okay? Should we try it on its feet? Should we try it on its feet without the copy? On its feet without the copy? Yeah, on its feet without the copy. Let's have a go. What's the worst that could happen? Super. So we know the beginning better than the end, but hopefully that's reassuring. Have a seat. That is the most difficult section in the whole piece, and that is kind of like less than halfway through the third rehearsal of 4 music calls before we meet the conductor. That is not a bad place to be, so that's really good. So I just want you to contemplate that for a moment and turn very gently to the third act, because we're going to look at some hoopahs. Okay. So, here we have, the curtain rises and we're at Hell's Gate. Not Hell's Kitchen, different place. We're at Hell's Gate and it's very, very early in the morning. I think I've said this before, but just in case anyone missed that. It's very early in the morning, so we have some customs officers and we have some people coming to deliver various things, like butter and milk, some cheese, slightly later on. Let's see how we get on. So, and we're doing this in Italian. That's the other thing. So, let's just have a look. The bassi. Actually, tenors, could you bear it if you were on this. I think you're sort of here meant to be mainly sort of people affected by homelessness in some way, shape or form. It's a bit like Annie. Like, we'd like to thank you, Herbert Hoover, for really showing us the way. Would that be all right, just because we're short on lower voices? Is that all right? Thank you. Here we go. So the first words are oela. Let's all practice. Let's all do it together. It'll all improve our Italian, all of us. So, oela, le guardie. Lovely. And if you can roll your R, that's a nice rolled R because it's next to a consonant. Le guardie. Lovely. Aprite. Lovely. And it's really important in Italian never to have a wet T. So never want to hear aprite. Always aprite. Almost like a D. Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry. Bottom of page 180. So the scavengers, the otto bassi. So that part again, so oela, le guardie, aprite. Lovely. Lovely. I went over to my mother then. And then 181, we've got the same thing. Oela. Then we've got quelli di. And then this is in French, gentil. As in the place, like the cream. Gentil. Mais gentil. Siam. Li. Li. So you don't pronounce the G. It's a sort of L sound, which is like li. If you're Welsh, you're quite good at it. Li. And then spazzini. Spazzini. Sorry, it's one single N. So it's a double Z. But so whenever there's a single consonant in between two vowels, you don't really emphasize it. So spazzini. Because otherwise, if you do the difference between certain words, they mean different things, and some of them can be quite rude. Spazzini, exactly. But when there's one consonant, spazzini. So, and then same here, fiocca, because that's a double C. But then fiocca, fiocca, that's it. La neve. That will almost be a B sound. La neve. Hardly touched. Oela. Qui s'agghiaccia. Ghiaccia, yeah, so ghiaccia. Qui s'agghiaccia, which means, oh, I'm freezing. We'll do it one more time with the meaning. So, oela. Oi, essentially. Le guardie. The guards. Aprite. Open the door. Oela. Oela. Quelli. Di gentili. Quelli meaning like we are those of gentili. Siam, we are, siamo. Siam. Li, the plural. Spazzini, the sweep. The cleaners, literally. And then fiocca. La neve. Fiocca means, it's a word you only really generally use with sort of snow and icing sugar. It's kind of like falling gracefully to the ground. Fiocca la neve, fiocca, fiocca. Oela, qui s'agghiaccia. We're freezing our butts off, essentially. And then Chris, he's singing Benoit and Alcindor, who will sing Vengo, which means I'm coming. And then we have but let's just take it up to there and see how we go. So, have we done this at all? I've not ticked it off on my list. We have done it a little bit. Great, I thought so. So, would you mind, Robert, going from the R tempo on the second system of 180? Last three bars, yeah. Yeah. Nice and slow. Da, 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 da. That's kind of the quaver speed, I think. Da 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 da. Oela, le guardie aprite. Oela. Quelli di gentili siam gli spazzini. Fiocca la neve. Oh là, sorry. Qui s'agghiaccia. Lovely. Super. So it's mainly a timing thing. And I'd really say to you, if you can get hold of a recording, sort of a YouTube one of that, of listening to it in context. I know on the teaching tracks I sent, I do not play the piano on them, so sorry for that. Let's do that once more. Do you want to sing any of the lines in out of context? So just to have a look at the notes. Should we do that quickly? So would you mind helping us bash them out? So the first one just after figure 2 on the bottom system of 180. So this is the le guardie aprite. So it goes 1, 2. Le guardie aprite. Lovely. Once more, just like that. Le guardie aprite. Lovely. And this time with the oi la as well. Can we just go from... can we go from the beginning of... yeah, fine. That's fine. Oh, no. That was a different place. From the beginning of that system, if that's all right, the third system down. Oi là, le guardie aprite. Oi là. Quelli gentili siamo gli spazzini. Fiocca la neve, oi là, qui s'agghiaccia. Sorry, singing the wrong notes there. Qui s'agghiaccia, it's my best bass voice. Lovely. We'll come back to that in context, but that's really great. Okay, mezzos and sopranos. Here, the milkmaids. I don't know, I didn't used to do this. This is just especially for you, this sort of like milkmaid sort of like hip gyration. I don't know where it's come from. It's delightful. Does anyone want to have a look at their line before we start this? Or should we just give it a bash? Oh gosh, look at that. Perfect pitch for once in my life. Had a good guess. I just sang 3 random notes that just felt right. Is everyone happy about which part? Because I know you've not been here. Do you know which one you're singing? Perfect, excellent. Ready, and. Chi nel ver trovo il piacer nel suo bicchiere, nel suo bicchiere d'una bocca nell'ardor trovo l'amor, Super, and it'll probably be quite a bit speedier than that. So let's try it again. Just really keep an eye out for the d'una bocca. Okay, and I'll try and do my job better as well. So who's singing first? Who's singing second? Very good solo, thank you. Oh, you're singing second as well? Super. Would you mind just sitting together just for now? Can you relocate over this side? Thank you. Sorry, you all seem very confident. I said, do you know which line you'll see? Yes, we were very sure. Excellent. Okay, super. It's a little bit slow. It's exciting. Ready and... Chi nel ber trovo il piacer. Look at the line. Chi nel ber trovo il piacer. Chi nel ber trovo il piacer. Ber meaning drink. Trovo meaning to find. piacer meaning. In alber trovo il piacer. Just going to be that line without looking at it. Ready, and singing, thank you so much. Would you mind giving us a thank you? Ready. Super. Once more. It's just a little bit behind. I know we're not singing in our native language, but it'll be. You can have all the space of the vowels, but we need to get the consonants right on the beat, and then we can hang around a bit later. It'll have more impact. That was really nice. That's really lovely. That was much more together. Thank you. Lovely. D'una bocca nell'ardor. Just have a little look at that. D'una. So there's two beats, two notes on du, then na, bocca. D'una meaning of a, bocca meaning mouth, nell'ardor, in love. D'una bocca nell'ardor. Trovo l'amor, trovo, will find, future tense, love. Probably first person. Io trovo. Lui trovo. It's been a long time since I did grammar. We'll come straight in and it will be brave. See if you can close them. Be brave. Una bocca. Yeah, go on. Let's just do it. What's going to happen? Like, nothing. It's just singing, not brain surgery. It's much more difficult than brain surgery, but fundamentally less life-threatening. Really nice. And watch out for that. It says quasi-writ there, but traditionally, Puccini always has about 25,000 different ways of saying slow down. There's so much rubato in Puccini, as you know, but the difference between a ritenuto and a rallentando and an allargando, and people always think that allargando means it's a much bigger stretch because you don't see it as often in music than writ. We're more used to seeing that, but actually it means less. So when Puccini writes it down, it may mean something different if I write it down, but that's what he meant. And there's if anyone's interested, I can send you about a 50-page document, which is really fascinating, and it's from a conductor who was there. He wasn't conducting, but he was assisting on most of Puccini's premieres. So was there when Puccini was sort of there with the score, shouting at someone that wasn't doing something, shouting at whichever conductor was conducting it that day. So there's loads of really interesting things that and traditions that are born out of the music that aren't on the page, and it's really interesting because you can see some conductors really honour that and honour that tradition that is, it's come sort of from a primary source, as it were. But then, then there are others that say, but it's not in the music. Do you feel that you're in the music person, or you like to absorb the deep performance tradition? I'm like, but Mirella Freni did it, so it's good enough for me. Right, okay, let's have a go at that whole little bit now. We'll do it once with music and then once without. But the good news of this is that it's actually off stage. So you can have your score, but it will be conducted, so it has to be together, and that's the idea of being out of and even off-stage chorus, like in the houses, you would never be on book, you would always be off book, so you can pay attention. Even if we once came in a bar early for the humming chorus on the opening night of Man and Butterfly, which was really, really, really embarrassing. Here we go. Can we have the chord, please? Heads rolled. Here we go. Se ne Cristo sto il piacer, in giovin bocca sto l'amor. Lovely. Sorry, I totally surprised you there, but I want to see if you went with it. Lovely. So let's look at the lower voices from tra-la-la-lay. Yes. Lovely. Thank you. I'll just do this bit and then we'll break. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that, because I don't know what I've done with my phone. Tra-la-la-lay. Basses, did we decide you were all singing the top line, or are you splitting? Oh, great. Perfect. Did I? I'm really sorry I've forgotten, which is why they won't give me the job again. Perfect. Okay, well, let's look at the bottom line first then. Would you mind helping us bash that out, Robert? Bottom of 183, the tra-la-la-lay. Oh, sorry. Let's just, here we go, and tra-la-la-lay, tra-la-la-lay, way. Super. And that way, it's almost immediately, and again, this is a Rizzi thing rather than anything else, that it does become really suddenly slower traditionally. Let's do it one more time and see if you can. No, it's just a little bit longer traditionally because it says rallentando, which kind of makes you think that it's going to slow down through the bar, but there's almost always a little fermata on that note. I don't know why. Basses are like, yes, this is my moment, cream foaming and beer-like. Tra-le-ra-le, here we go. Eddie and tra-le-ra-le, tra-le-ra-le, vai no. Lovely. Tenors, can we add you in? Let's just have a little look at your line. Ready, and tra-le-ra-le, tra-le-ra-le, vai no. Lovely. You happy with that? Do you want to do it again? Should we do it? Let's do it again. Ready, and tra-le-ra-le, tra-le-ra-le, vai no. Super. Basses, I think you were just singing that same as the tenors, but down an octave then, which is fine. Let's try and do that once more, tenors and basses all together, and then we will have a break. Tra-le-ra-le, tra-le-ra-le, vai no. Perfect. I believe that drinking scene. Of course, women were not allowed to stand at the bar then, so you'll have to be at a table. Weird, isn't that? Do you know, I think I read the other day that it was only legal for a woman to order a drink in, was it like 1991 or something ridiculously late like that? Yeah, it was like officially you had to sit at a table and get a man to order your drink for you. We have fat chance of Bruce, he never bought me any drinks. Feminism working against me once more. Super, we'll break for 10 minutes and then we will reconvene. could we start to reconvene? Also, I'll give you a small fashion show. If anyone wants these, you're very well. These are from my wardrobe. This is a size that doesn't fit me. I think this is probably about a size 12, but that's a sort of 40s-esque skirt. This is a 12, but I can just about get into it, and I'm a 16. So it's a generous 12, but it doesn't like bosoms, which is why it's up for grabs. And this is actually a 1940s dress from the actual 1940s. And I think this is probably a 10 to 12. So if anyone wants to borrow those and try them on, I realise they're a limited range of sizes, but it is my wardrobe. So if anyone wants those, they are. On, off. First come, first served. Right. Yeah, I won't be rushing off afterwards, so... Okay, super duper. So, let's go back to Act 3. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And go to page 184. Super. So there is actually, it's the part of the sergeant, which would probably make sense to be done by a gent of any voice, where you've got 3 lines. So on 187, it says eccola. And then on 188, it says, "Ehi, quel paniere," and then passi. So I'll record those and I'll send them out. And if anyone wants to have a look at those, then Mark will listen to people if you want to do them. And if there's only one person that wants to do them, then congratulations, the job is yours. But it's not too high pressure, I hope. So I'll send a recording of those out to help. Okay, so we're on 184, and we're going to have a go at hoopla, hoopla for the milkwomen. And then the 3 carters, actually, can we just have the bases, actually? Can you say your hoopla on the middle of 184? I know you were a street sweeper before, but you're multi-talented, you're now a carter. Okie dokie. Let's go on 184, straight on the beginning of 184, just to get used to it. So here we go. Hoopla! Hoopla! So sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, me neither. But yeah, I was just doing the Macarena, I think. Here we go. Sorry, Robert. That is a nice speed. We'll stay at that. Yes, please. Hoopla! Hoopla! Dum, 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 dum. Hoopla! Hoopla! Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. That was my fault. I came in late with that. I'm so sorry. I've really lost the plot today. Let's go straight on the buongiornos. Actually, could you give us the ba-da-da-da-dum on the page before, please, Robert? Da-da-da-da-dum. So three bars. Da-da-da-da-dum. Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. Lovely. Hands up if you're singing part 1 of the Milkmaids. Part 2. Can you put them up in a sort of, like part 1? Give me a yes. Then two. Part two? Not sure. Put your hand up straight in the air if you're going to sing part two. Yes, perfect. You're singing part two. Part three? Yes. Mezzos too. It's everybody. Part one. Let's try it one more. Part one. Yes, perfect. Part two. Yes, part three. Perfect. And Jackie and Charlotte, you're on part three as well. Okay. You're both thinking it's all the time. Okay, same thing. Da 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 dum. Dum. Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. Lovely. Burro e cacio. Polli ed ova. Lovely. So who's burrowing and cachoing? Burro e cacio. Can we have firsts and seconds for that? Actually, just sopranos for that. And then mezzos, can you sing Polli ed ova? Lovely. And then stay in those parts. So, voi da che parte andate a San Michele, ci troveremo più tardi a mezzodì, a mezzodì. Let's go straight on that. Voi da che parte andate? So bottom of page 185. Ready. Voi da che parte andate a San Michele, ci troveremo più tardi a mezzodì, a mezzodì. Lovely. And then you've finished. You can go and have a gin and tonic. So, voi da che parte andate a San Michele, a San Michele. So there's a little rest after a San Michele. And then ci troveremo più. Is this Sopranos? Ci troveremo più tardi a mezzodì, a mezzodì. And don't do what I do, Sopranos. It's tardi. I was so afraid of being tardi that I came in early the first time. So it's a little bit later than you think. Let's go straight on burro e cacio, so the middle system of 185. So sopranos burro e cacio, polli ed ova. So 1. Burro e cacio, da 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 da, do do do, polli ed ova. Voi da che parte andate a San Michele, ci troveremo più tardi a mezzodì, a mezzodì. Lovely. Let's do that one more time, and we'll come back to this next week. Voi da. Ready? Burro e cacio, sorry. In fact, let's do the buongiornos from Dugga Dugga Dum. Buongiorno, buongiorno, buongiorno. Burro e cacio. Nice rolled R. Polli ed ova. Voi da che parte andate a San Michele, ci troveremo più tardi a mezzodì, a mezzodì. Two things. Be really careful, sopranos, that you sing che, not che, like guavara. Always makes me think of guava then, and I get thirsty. Voi da che parte andate? It's a nice e. A San Michele, ci troveremo più tardi. Oh, and watch. Ci troveremo. Put an arrow up if you've got a pencil on the rame, just because I hear a few. Ci tro. I'm not going to sing it because I don't want you to do it. But ci troveremo più tardi. Lovely. And the mezzos. A mezzo. Or whatever it is. Lovely mezzos. That's nice. That's staccato. Really good. Super. All right. We're going to go back to Act 2. 184. Good question. Oh, the milk women there. Hoopla, hoopla. Yeah, I think I heard some of the basses come in there, but I didn't really mind. I mean, it's not integral to the story. So whoever remembers to do a hoopla there, congratulations, the job is yours. But yeah, that is a good point. It does say milk women. Sexy milkmaids, sexy milkmaids. Lovely. So where were we? Act 2. We're going to have a look specifically at the part where the tattoo comes in. So 156. 'Tis the tattoo. 'Tis the tattoo. 'Tis the tattoo. I've told the kids a few times, this is not about body art. And still they're like, oh, I thought it was about tattoos. So I've said it at least 3 times. And they're all obsessed with it because they have to sing a lot about chestnuts in the opening part. What are chestnuts, which I keep explaining. And then, but I'm allergic to nuts. And it's like, I know I've got your permission slips from your mothers and fathers, of course. And I know who's allergic to nuts. And I promise you won't have to eat them. You won't also not have to eat a chaffinch. Because this is a very animal-friendly production. You might have to eat an ortolan of shame. Lovely. It features quite often, what's it called? Operas by Puccini. They're in Schicchi and in Il Tabarro as well. Lovely. Ortolani. Okay. Allegra alla marcia. Dum bum ba bum. Naro. Fuori di Naro. Colline. Rodolfo e tu, Marcel. 'Tis a tattoo. 'Tis a tattoo. 'Tis a tattoo. Mio tesoro Will they come along this way? Il mio conto date from there. They are coming down this way. Here they come. No, here they come. Way there, just let me see, just let me hear. Quelle conquista. Lisetta, do be quiet. Tony, do have done. Now it's coming, the tattoo. Super. Half of that was average, and the other half was terrible. Let's go again, and we'll stop a little bit. It's a lot to remember. It's more difficult. If it was just a nice tune like Twinkle Twinkle, it'd be really easy, wouldn't it? But when you're not singing, it's almost more difficult. So, very good. Let's go from the same place again, just so we can get used to the way that's it. In fact, no, because you're not the children, so that's why I kept doing that with the kids. Could we go from seconds out, from just after out with your coppers? Middle system 156. Out with your coppers. Colline. Yeah, just after it, that'd be super. 'Tis the tattoo. 'Tis a tattoo. 'Tis a tattoo. Will they come along this way? Il mio conto datino from there. They are coming down this way. Here they come. No, here they come. Way there, just let me see, just let me hear. Super. We're just going to do those 2 pages, so 158. Il mio con. So, no, from there, let's just speak it. Look at me, we're just going to speak it. Ready, and no, from there. So there's a rest, so no, from there. Because you'll kind of have an argument where it's coming from. So, would you mind going, will they come along this way, straight on it, at the top of the page, 158. Super, there we go. Ready, and will they come along this way? Il mio conto datino from there. Lovely. Let's try that once more. Would you mind doing it with the accompaniment this time? Thank you. Ready, and will they come along this way? Il mio conto datino. Super, and then no from there, straight off. Instead of no from there. It's exciting. No from there. It's exciting. Ready, and same thing. Will they come? Will they come along this way? Il mio conto datino from there. They are are coming down this way. Here they come, no, here they come. Just let me see, just let me hear. So tenors and basses, really strong there. Way there, way there. You're throwing your weight around. You are pushing through the crowds. That's probably what you're doing at that point. I can't tell Rachel how to do her job, but that's what's in my mind's eye. So can we go on from they are coming down this way? So bottom of page 158. They are coming down this way. Here they come. From there, just straight on it. Ready, and they are coming. It's all right. Thank you. It's just straight on. They are coming. I know it's the nightmare. Ready, and they are coming down this way. Here they come. No, here they come. Just let me see, just let me hear. We're going to do those 2 pages with no music. Close them, don't even look at it. Basically, you've got 2 words. Way there. Way there. Way there. Those are the words. So just by going by feel. Will they come along this way? Same thing, please. Ready. Will they come along this way? Oh, sorry. Will they come along this way? I realise those are 2 very similar. Top of 158. Sorry, I thought that felt low. Ready, and will they come along this way? They are coming down this way. No, here they come. Elizabeth gets a gold star today. Oh, yes, basses. I do have a song. Perfect. Very good. Tenors. Yeah, tenors and mezzos and sopranos. Here they come. So they are coming down this way. Here they come. They are coming down this way. Here they come. Same thing. Will they come along this way? Top of 158. Close your books. Ready, off we go. Will they come along this way? Here you go. From there. They are coming down this way. No, here they come. Okay, about 3 people got a gold star that time. Let's try it one more time. Same place. Ready, and will they come along this way? They are coming down this way. No, here they come. Just let me see, just let me hear. Conquesta. Lovely. That was basses. That is the way there of a million years. I'm sorry I wasn't mocking you when I said there's only 2 words, but I'm sorry if it ever felt like that, because I've been proven wrong for the rest of eternity. Thank you so much. Brilliant. So let's go on. Lisetta, do be quiet. Tony, do have done. Can we do that with the sopranos as well? I know we said that was a mezzo line, but I think we could do that all together, especially as the kids will be screaming something totally different. So can we just play through that, please, on 160? Lisetta, do be quiet. Tony, do have done, or whatever key it's in. Thank you. Let's sing it all together. Ready, and Lisetta, do be quiet. Tony, do have done. Once more, just like that. Ready. Lisetta, do be quiet. Tony, do have done. Do be quiet, do have done. So that's the mezzo line there. That's where it does fit. Do be quiet, do have done. And sopranos, yeah, you knew what you were doing there. So let's do those 2 lines now. So top of 160, where could, oh, did someone say my name? No, I thought someone said my name. No, that's all right. I thought someone said Rhiannon. I was like, yeah. Could we go straight on Lisetta again? Lisetta, do. So ready. And Lisetta, do be quiet. Tony, do have done. Do be quiet, they will come along this way. Yes, this way. Lovely. That was really good. Lisetta, do be quiet. Oh, right at the bottom of the page, 161, you are the bottom line mezzos. I know, it makes total sense, doesn't it? Not. Yeah, so the kids are singing Now It's Coming, the tattoo, and you're singing Do Be Quiet, How to Have Done. Makes no sense, but there we are. No, not the Sopranos. No, you drop out there. They will come along this way. Okay, lovely. And just watch out, everybody, especially Sopranos, there is a big rest before Yes This Way. It feels like a longer time just because you've had a crotchet as your last note, and pretty much up until here you've only had a quaver or a semiquaver. Okay, let's go again on Lisetta. Lisetta's a right where we... Lisetta, do be quiet. Tony, do have done. Do be quiet, they will come along this way. Shh, yes, this way gets nearer. We'll march along beside it. Lovely. Okay, we're going to do it one more time, and I'm going to sing in the kids' part this time. Okay? Just let me see. Papa, just let me hear. Now it's coming by tattoo. Yes, this way. We'll march along beside it. In that patrol you hear the country's noble might. Super. I didn't warn you for that basis. So you hear Musetta sing. In that, in that patrol you hear. Does that make sense? I don't feel like I made sense. Did that make sense to you, basis? Yeah. Would you mind helping us with that part? We'll go straight on. I'll sing better style. One. Super. Lovely. Can you just sing it back at me? Just in that part and then stop. So, lovely. Once more, just making that really sure that's really, really in that patrol you hear. Perfect. Trees, noble might. That's lovely. Ignore the pianist summary. No such thing as pianist summary. Yeah. I will leave that to Mark to decide when he's with you. That will be his final decision. But yeah, I think you could do pretty much all of the above. Lovely. Let's go on. Let's keep going to Now Look Out, They're Coming Here on page 165. We've got 10 minutes. We'll get this finished this evening. Look out, they're coming here. Yeah. Would you mind, Robert, playing the 2 bars before this on 164? Now look out, they're coming here. Make way there. Lovely, super. All in the right place? I think I am now. Gosh, thank you. So yeah, 2 bars before you come in. Ready, and... So sorry. Sorry. One more time. Now look out, they're coming here. Make way there. The crowd is tremendous. Dum bum 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 do 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 do. And there's the drum major, as proud as a warrior. The drum major look. See, here come the sappers too. There's the drum major too. Now the tattoo like a general fire. Lovely. We're actually going to try this all a little bit faster because it's hard, slower, isn't it? Because you can't feel the beat so much. So, do you know, we'll go straight on. Now look out, they're coming here. Make way there. We'll just go straight on 165. 165 now. Ready, and now look out, they're coming here. Make way there. And there's the drum major, as proud as a warrior of old. The drum major, look. See, here they come, here come the sappers too. There's the drum major too. Now the tattoo goes by. Super. Basses, I really enjoyed that because you were in canon with everyone else and it actually sounded really good, even though it was wrong. I think we'll keep it in. It actually sounded really, I thought, oh, that sounds good. I don't think that's what's written, but no, that's not what's written, but it does sound good. Super. Yeah, could be. Fine. Okay. See, here they come. See, here they come. Fine. Okay, see, here they... So you gave us this like cameo going on. Lovely, right. Let's do the same thing, but much faster. And there's the drum major. 1, 2, straight on it. And there's the drum. That wasn't clear at all, was it? I'm really sorry. I have lost the plot this evening. Let's go. Now look out, they're coming here. 165. Now look out, they're coming here. It'll be that speed. Ready, and now look out, they're coming here. Make way there. Da-da-dum-bum, da-da-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum. And there's the drum major, as proud as a warrior of old. The drum major, look, the drum major, look. Da-da-dum-dum. See, here they come, see how the sappers look. Super. Basses. Basses, basses. I love it, but it's not right. So Puccini doesn't turn up and then demand like some copyright infringement. Da-da-dum-dum. See, here they come, here come the sappers, look. See, here they come. Yeah, super. I mean, it's beautiful, it's just not right. Let's go straight on, and there's the drum major, just the bar before, if that's all right, from figure 32 on page 167. So, page 167, figure 32. Here we go. Dum, dum, da-dum. And there's the drum major, as proud as a warrior of old. The drum major, look, the drum major, look. Dum. See, here they come, here come the sappers, look. There's the drum major too. Another tattoo like a general fire. See, there he goes, the tall drum major bold, the staff of gold. You see him twists and turns. See, there he goes, the greatest boy of us, the tall drum major bold. His staff of gold, he proudly twists and turns. Super. Let's try and do that part without the music, which feels totally impossible, but I just want to do it as an experiment. See where we are. So we're going to go from page 164, leading into 165 for now look out, they're coming here, or do stand back for here they come. And we're going to try it without, because all our attention will be focused in the same place. And actually, it might be Mark Biggins going out conducting it. So it'll be super clear, hopefully. So I'll pretend to be him, which is embarrassing for him, having me as his counterpart here today, but here we are. That was actually pretty good. Let's try it again. Close your scores and look up at me, and I promise the answers will probably be on my face. I promise you know it much better than you do, which I'm maybe an empty promise, but there we go. Same thing again. So 2 bars for 164. Last time, this bit of the drum major. Do you know it better than you think you do? Yeah, there just seems like pages and pages of it. If you wrote it out on one page, it would be about 4 words and the rest. But it just feels a lot more complicated for me, because I clearly can't figure out how to conduct the first 2 bars. So same place. And basses, I'll look at you, let's see here they come. The answer will be on the face. Maybe not the notes, but definitely time the word. Okay. Yeah, yes, that would be. In that, which one? So, yeah, top of 164. See, here they come. Same thing again. As proud. Ready and 1. As proud. Lovely, super. Let's have a go now at doing that on our feet as the last exercise of the day. Oh, we're at 31. Will you give me 1 more minute? MU would be very cross, but we're not. It's not an equity company. Fantastic. Sorry. Here we go. Last thing, and then this is it. And we're going to have a go at marching again, like we did last week, just to again get that feeling. So we're going from page 164, just like we did before, if that's all right, Robert. So, and 1. Fabulous. And thank you for being very kind when you have absolutely no idea where I'm going from, because I haven't told you. Your mind-reading skills surpass even your piano playing, I think. So thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. We've got 1 week before our final music call. And then there's 24 hours before our first music call with Mark. So please, 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 try and look at it, even if it's just for 10 minutes every day. These things have to go in by osmosis through a very long period of time. And I realise osmosis doesn't count because actually it's only the passing of H2O between plant cells. But it will, I promise, it will go in more easily if you do just a little bit every day. And you'll also find the staging rehearsals so much more enjoyable if you feel really solid in your part. There's nothing like going into staging rehearsals and feeling a bit wobbly about it. If you need any help at all, if you need any extra teaching tracks, if there's a little corner you want me to just record for you, I'm really, really happy to do that. So just let me know. We just want to help as much as we can. So that's it. You're free. Go fly, my pretties, fly.